Hi YouTube, we just got out of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Who goes first?
I think we just need to answer one simple question first.
I enjoyed it more than I thought.
I liked it as well.
Well,
Did you like it?
I liked it, yeah.
You liked it.
I liked it.
as
I knew
well.
the entire movie going into it, and everything ended up coming true, but I liked it.
It did. I also did. I think it is easily the best out of the new trilogy.
Yes.
So, you got any starters? Anything you want to praise it for, critique it for?
First of all, I kind of want to go through the plot. Yes, this is a spoiler review.
Spoilers ahead.
Spoilers ahead. This is your warning. So the movie starts off with Kylo Ren. Well, it starts off with the crawl. The dead speaks. I really liked that being in the crawl.
It definitely did talk about, that did play into what happens.
Yes. So basically, you got Kylo Ren on some random planet. I don't know what it's called. Searching for a Wayfinder device, which is basically just a Sith holocron that's a GPS. I like that. Then he goes to Exegol to see our buddy Palpatine.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Palpatine.
I went in very skeptical of this whole bringing Palpatine thing back, but I liked it. I think one of my favorite things that they're doing now is perceiving the Sith as very dark, eerie, horror-like figures. They did that with, you saw my opinions on that with Darth Vader in Rogue One. I loved it. The horror-esque of Palpatine is more different. It's more of like an eerie, dark, very evil approach, where Darth Vader was more of a menacing, get out of my way kind of thing. And it was amazing. I thought his presence throughout the entire movie was great.
Yeah, I feel like Darth Vader... I don't feel like Darth Vader felt like... Well, the way he's portrayed in the movies, he's not the Sith, like Sith should be portrayed. Like, he wasn't... Darth Vader was never portrayed like Palpatine was.
Yeah.
But Palpatine was also a Sith Lord. But let's continue on. So, after that, you come across Finn, Poe... BB, well, not is BB-8 there?
No, BB-8's with Rey.
Okay, BB-8's with Rey. But, oh yeah, that's right. Duh. But everyone else is going to see. They're getting information about about some guy leaking information to the Resistance.
There's a mole.
There's a mole in the First Order, and they basically get it. It's pretty foreseeable, to say it in Star Wars terms, like the first hour. I feel like.
What do you mean?
It like you kind of know what's gonna happen until one point that I will get to very quickly. But then after that, our Rey's training with Leia. There's not really much to it. Then they go on this journey to I don't know what the planet's called, but it's kind of a desert planet. It is, to find the other Wayfinder, and it's where Luke and Lando left off on their adventure. And so, yeah, actually in Star Wars Battlefront 2, he has a different Wayfinder to something else.
Who does?
Luke.
He
finds a Wayfinder, but not to Exegol.
Oh, so the Wayfinder thing is portrayed in Battlefront?
Kind of. It's not really shown what it is, but it's a compass.
Okay.
And then Kylo Ren shows up. And, oh yeah, I should probably put this out there too. Rey is the granddaughter of Palpatine. I was okay with it.
Yeah, I was too.
It actually makes sense because she has a British accent. Palpatine has a British accent. And I don't want to give out too much info, even though it is a spoiler review. But a big thing that happens when they're on that desert planet is Rey blows up a transport using Force lightning.
I think that was a nice little touch into, first seeing, because they didn't announce that she was related to Palpatine yet, and then they showed that first, and it was kind of like, oh, well, who's the only other person that's ever used lightning?
Yeah. I mean, anyone can do it, but she has aggression problems. She has anger issues.
Yeah.
Then after that, again, I'm not going to give out too much information. They meet Zoe Bliss. They, what happens after that? I know the whole plot. I knew the whole plot
After
going
that,
in.
they find the Death Star ruins.
Oh yeah, then they go to the Death Star ruins. Rey runs off. She fights Kylo. Leia reaches out to Kylo, and she's like, "Hey son, what's up? You want to do stuff, fricky?" And then Kylo gets a saber through his stomach.
But then
Baby Yoda powers.
Baby Yoda powers come in. He gets healed by Rey.
I told Drake he can't be mad at. Well, I didn't tell you this, but
Yeah.
you can't be mad at the movie because the Mandalorian did it first.
Yeah, which
So-
I didn't really.
It didn't
Honestly,
bug me.
that's one of the Force powers that I'm not. I mean, I don't care about. I think it's all right.
It hasn't been explored too much.
There's different Force powers that I'm not a fan of. That one I think's okay.
I don't think like the Force powers that were introduced in this movie were over the top. new.
Yeah, no,
They were okay.
They were just they weren't crazy. The only crazy thing that happened was with Palpatine, and I mean he's Palpatine, so I mean, duh.
And then basically just a whole bunch of more exposition until
We get
Oh.
back. Well, I mean,
Rey goes to Ahch-To, where she gets a visit from her boy Luke, and he's pretty dope.
he's pretty.
His hair was too long though for Force Ghost. His hair, it's not supposed to be that long. Did you see
Really?
that?
Oh, I didn't know that their hair wasn't supposed to be long.
Well,
as a
your hair
Force
doesn't
Ghost.
grow longer as a Force Ghost.
I mean, he died with long hair.
His hair was like very long in this compared to what it was in The Last Jedi.
I don't know.
But
And he's a Force Ghost. He could just be like,
He
I
can do
want
whatever he
long
wants.
hair. I want long hair.
ooh. And then after that, Rey goes to Exegol. Oh, fun thing is Luke finally lifts up an X-wing. Something he couldn't do in Episode 5. It only took him 5 movies to lift up an X-wing, using the Force, and they played Yoda's theme during that time. Now there's some scenes I want to talk about you off camera that were cut from this movie.
Oh, really?
Most of what George Lucas did was cut.
That's
So
did it make it better, or would you made it better or worse? Would you
think
say?
about this: Ben Solo and Rey versus Palpatine lightsabers. There was a lightsaber battle.
Actually, I think I'm okay with that not
You're okay with
happening because Palpatine is old and frail.
No, it was after he sucked the life force. That was
okay.
before Kylo was thrown down the thing,
Okay.
and he was. I'll say this: Kylo Ren was not supposed to come back up.
Really?
Yep, that was a last-minute change.
We skipped a lot.
Yeah.
We skipped a lot.
Rey goes to Exegol. She meets Palpatine. Palpatine's on the brink of death. If he gets disconnected from the thing keeping him alive, he will die.
Yeah, he's literally like on this giant crane
Mm-hmm.
that's like. Plus, someone described this thing as like a giant cult. It was literally a
The
cult
cult-
with all the people.
So, interesting fact about the cult. The cult consists of all the Sith that came before Palpatine.
So those were all dead people?
Those were all dead Sith. And Sith. Well, not all of them were Sith. Some of them were.
Maul, Count Dooku.
Yeah, if they're dead, then.
Which at that point
So.
they would have been. It's kind of cool.
So, most people don't know that because it's not. That was part
It's
of the
not
leaks.
explained.
It's not explained. Snoke was explained. I thought they would have gone more in depth, but I feel like I was okay with. Palpatine made Snoke. It made sense.
Yeah.
Going back and watching from The Force Awakens and how Darth Vader's mask speaks to Kylo Ren, it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
honestly, I feel like I'm all right with the Palpatine thing. I do wish they left more seeds within the first 2 movies. Although I'm thinking about it, they probably weren't going to go that route at that point.
yeah, Ryan Johnson
think they-
derailed everything.
Yeah, I don't think they were planning on going that route, which I guess is whatever, But I think, I guess with a big franchise like this, I almost feel like that you'd need to plan out everything ahead of time. They didn't. It's not really their
It
fault.
shows.
It shows, definitely. If they planted the seeds of Palpatine in the first 2 movies a little better, I think it would have been been better.
Like you said, they had no intention.
Yeah, they had no intentions on going there, so I guess I won't
last spring.
jump on them too much, but
Last spring, J.J. Abrams called Ian McDermott up. He's like, "I'm thinking about bringing Palpatine back." That was last year,
he's like, do it.
but I was okay with it from the beginning. From hearing about it, I've known Palpatine was coming back. since it was confirmed. Actually, well, I mean, it was confirmed a while ago. Drake wasn't, not so much.
I wasn't. I don't like the idea of bringing characters back from the dead for what I see as just reactions.
Or
but-
because fans want
Because
him
fans want them to, yeah. I feel like if you're gonna, it's all right to continue a fan favorite character story, but like look at what they did before they were introduced, kind of thing. Like I think, example, there's a lot of rumors Boba Fett's gonna come back, and we're gonna see stories of what happened after he fell into the sand pit thing. I think it'd be a lot cooler to see what him and his crew beforehand.
He wants a bounty hunter
but-
movie. We all do.
That's just me. That's off topic a little bit, but I think the Palpatine thing was pretty. It was cool. I think the way his presence in the movie is acceptable, and I guess his intentions in it are good too. Again, like I said, I just wish they planted the seeds, but then again, they
didn't
also
have
weren't
that
planning
opportunity.
that ahead of time either. So I mean,
I don't want to spoil the ending. I know it's a spoiler-free ending. I mean, I talked about Kylo Ren and stuff, but I was very general about Kylo Ren.
yeah.
So, honestly, I enjoyed it more than I thought I was, even though I knew everything going in. I'm going to give this, since the sequel trilogy doesn't really have a great movie, I'm going to give this a 7 just because it did what it needed to do. I feel like it was an okay ending for the Skywalker saga. But that's just because I need to give a movie in the sequel trilogy over a 5.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Oh, okay. I was expecting a lower number.
No, I'm gonna give it an 8. I think. See, as the main plot, I don't know, as a trilogy altogether, I'm not a big fan of. Altogether, it doesn't really the seeds for the final one weren't planted properly, which we've already discussed why it wasn't. I think that's my biggest complaint about it.
I feel like number 8 really throws it off.
But But for a movie that is to close off a huge story like this, such an iconic story, I thought it was good. The theatrics were amazing. A lot of stories came to a close, which I thought was good. They tied it up in a nice, neat little bow, and it should be done. I mean, they shouldn't bring it back. I thought it was a good ending for the story.
I won't be pissed off if in 30 years they bring it back. But it needs time to breathe, people. It needs time to breathe. I'm okay.
Palpatine comes back in 30
He won't be
years,
back.
I'm
No.
gonna shoot myself.
No, Ray comes. Well, actually, Lucasfilm already confirmed the characters from this movie we will see going further on. But the Skywalker saga is over. You can probably guess why. I'm not going to say why. I'm just going to say it. There's no more Skywalkers. Official Skywalkers. Yeah, on that note, thank you guys for watching the video. If you enjoy, make sure you guys hit that little subscribe button. And yeah. So, this is Drake.
See you. Goodbye.
I have nothing to look forward to in 2 more action now. Indiana Jones. Next time you guys see us on a big opening night.
I'm not
Harrison
going to the
Ford.
theaters beforehand. But
Oh.
as for big movies, probably not. I don't know.
Oh, we got Ghostbusters. That's it. All right, that's a hint to our next theater. Maybe. No, we'll probably be there again. But nothing looks very promising until then. So yeah, see you guys later.